Hi everybody, my name is Spammals and welcome to the end of month vlog. This is a thing we do where we reflect on the games we played, talk about upcoming games and discuss weight loss. So without any more stalling, let's begin! So how about this? I've changed things up a little bit. I thought it was a bit dull just having the black background all the time. Didn't really give you much to look at apart from my beautiful face. I've taken away the backdrop, got my roaring fireplace right here. Isn't that a beautiful thing? I've been building stuff here. You'll see more of that another time. But anyway, cracking on with the month in hand. We started off with Black Wake. It was with GameHog, it was a collaboration, it was super good fun. It's pirate simulator basically. We're all on a boat, we have to work together to sail it and to destroy the enemies. And you can get holes in the ships, you have to patch them up. It was good fun. Kind of sucked in the regard though that you're kind of forced to play with randoms. Well, that in itself isn't a bad thing, but what I really enjoy doing in this game is to sail the ship. That's the thing I feel like I'm best at, and I constantly get vetoed to not do that. So it's like, well geez, I'll just run around like a dickhead and die. So who cares? But anyway, moving on. Up next was Stardew Valley. Now I played this more as kind of a joke, because my good friend Nathan, he is forced to play hundreds of hours of it. So I thought I would subject myself to some of the horrors he has to. It's a highly popular game, so what, it couldn't be that bad. I hated it. It's crap. It's boring. I don't get it. I don't understand why everybody loves it so fucking much. I had a terrible time. I ran around, I died, I woke up in my bed with a bill for having died. I went to the docks, sold a fish, living the dream. So that was that, Stardew Valley. But moving on to better stuff, the downloadable content for Resident Evil 7 came to PC and we jumped into it. I was really excited going into this because I really enjoyed the main core game, and I thought that this DLC was really going to add on to that in terms of quality and context and stuff, but ultimately I was a little bit disappointed. The presentation of it wasn't clear, so we ended up playing it kind of out of sequence, which in itself spoiled the experience a teeny bit. By the time we realised it was too late. Of the DLCs, many of them were just kind of mini games that didn't really serve a purpose. There was only really the one story that focused on the girl coming to the family and shit falling apart, and that was quite cool to do, but on the whole kind of disappointed. But we do have the Not a Hero DLC coming out later on in the year, which is going to be a substantial storyline, so we're going to be doing that 100% as soon as it comes. But anyway, moving on. Mental Asylum VR, another game I went in with high hopes and they were tarnished. And then the thing I like the best about VR is horror games. I saw Mental Asylum, I saw the screenshots, it looked like it was a well polished, really fun, cool game, and I went into it expecting to get spooked out of my pants, but no, didn't really happen. We discovered bugs almost instantly. The game has the most stupid mechanics of there is no end until it decides, and it could decide to end the game within the first minute, which I actually think did happen. It was stupid. So it's just a random chance. You go through a door into a randomly selected room, and eventually you will die. You can't do anything about it. Whoop-de-doo Basil. A missed opportunity with that one, methinks. Moving on. Inversion. I loved this so much. So I love the Disney Pixar animations. They're always such a joy to watch. And this was like being inside the center of one. It's some cute little bunny rabbits. Aliens come, try to take over the world. They get defeated by the rubber rabbits, and they get sent away back to space with their tails between their legs. It was so heartfelt. It was lovely. It was just gorgeous. I want more of this. I really do want more of this. Anyway, up after that, Raft! So we brought Raft back. I had a crazy idea. I didn't mean for it to become a two-parter episode, but it just turned out that way because of resource management. This is a super fun game. The problem I have is that it's so throttled for content. We have this objective that kind of outfox the shark. We're going to go to the corner of the world and escape it. Problem is, there's not enough resources in the game, or rather, you acquire it so slowly. So I broke it into a two-parter. I have yet to do part two, and that's simply because I've not had time to farm the resources required. So I'm going to be getting on that in the next month at some point, I promise, because I don't want to leave it lingering in limbo. And we're going to be bringing back the comments methods like we did in Kingdom New Lands. It was really great to get you guys interacting. So people that have commented on it, I have not neglected your comments. You most likely will be in the video. No promises. Anyway, moving on. The Blue. Yes, so continuing that water vibe, we're back into the VR with The Blue. This is one of the launch games that launched at the same time as the Vive. Anyway, I don't know why I neglected to play it as long as I did. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal. There's a word there, I can't say it. Anyway, you're at the bottom of the ocean. You don't have to do anything. It's purely a game where you observe, and what you do observe is super high quality underwater content. From sunken ships to great big sperm whales to jellyfish that are bastards of the ocean. The colours, especially within the Vive, are just beautiful. You really do get the sensation of being on the bottom of the ocean, under the sea. So I was super happy we got to do that, although the jellyfish, no, I don't like jellyfish. They're bastards, they can die. Moving on! Right, so the big game of the month began. Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. So it's a cool story. It follows one of the lesser followed theories, and I feel kind of grounds it better in reality. Now, I'm not going to say it outright in case you haven't watched it yet. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I do think that the theory it comes up with and follows is a pretty solid theory. It's about 7 or 8 hours long total. It's good fun. I hope you enjoy it. Slap it on in the background while you do other stuff. Have a good time. Anyway, moving on. So this is about the middle of the month, and I really kind of had a bad time. Things just got a bit out of control, a bit mismanaged. So at this point, I'd ran out of uploads, and I knew I kind of was out of time. I was just in a bad spot, and I made up this sort of Simpsons thing of Homer Simpson, and it's like, he's managing the uploads, and there's a problem. And he's like, somebody else to fix that. Oh shit, it's my problem, no! And like the unit seals down, like YouTube seals the room.
7G is now being isolated.
I have my calendar that kind of outlines the games I'm going to play through the month, and at this point, like, I just couldn't really stick to it. So I went off calendar. So I jumped into PolyGrich, and that was super random fun. I was stressed out going into it, so I just kind of played it really, just didn't give a shit. Just, boo, I'm playing this, have some fun. And it was actually a really fun, relaxing game, and you guys seem to really enjoy it as well. I'm going to be doing more of that in the coming month. It's really nice, but that we can just kind of relax from time to time. Not everything has to be super high energy. That same day, because I was in and out of that pretty quickly, so the next video was Rain, another game you guys have requested to play around the same time I was doing Kingdom. Now Rain's is just like, it was like Sort the Court, another game we played. You're presented with an option, oh, the people want this, and you got a yes or no answer, but your answers have consequences, and in this game you have to balance those consequences, because you have religion, you have the army, you have the people, you have money, and if you have too much of any of them, they will overthrow you. It is a fun game, and I kind of want to get back into that again. Don't know exactly when, but it's definitely the kind of game you can pick up and put down. So during this whole time, we've been bouncing between Sherlock Holmes and these other interlocking games. That's how the channel works. We run 2 games side by side, blah, blah, blah. And at this point, we hit Paranormal Activity VR. I was so excited going into this. I really thought this was going to be the horror game for virtual reality that was going to blow all the other ones out the water. I couldn't have had a more worse experience. And then what followed afterwards just burnt it to the ground. Like, I don't know where I even stand anymore. So we go into the game, all positivity, high hopes and stuff, but like straight away from the get-go, we're starting to experience things that are kind of annoying, and the way we moved was annoying as fuck. And then when we got into the house, I was ready to get scared, but very quickly, like, it fell apart. Right from the get-go, we kind of worked out we could put our face through locked doors and go through them. But in the initial part of the house, you've only got like 5 rooms to visit, and we go to all these rooms, do what we do inside of them, and the game doesn't progress. Getting bored, we ultimately go through the doors and explore the whole house. I left a bad review for it on Steam, but the developers really hated on me. They just straight out said I was trying to sabotage the game and I was a dickhead. They didn't say dickhead, but read between the lines, they were calling me a dickhead. I see they have updated the game. I have been tempted to go back into it, but I think, no, I don't know. I'm not going to rule it out forever and ever, but I'm definitely going to let them patch the game a shitload more before I try it again. Anyway, moving on. So we played the Bellows VR demo. This game was super good. It was very simple, very simple. You go down a single corridor, you look through a couple of windows, whoop-de-doo. But what the game got was the atmosphere perfectly. It got under my skin almost instantly. I didn't welcome it, it just invaded me. And that was so cool how they did that. That's the one thing that Paranormal Activity failed to do. It's like they spent so much time developing a beautiful landscape. This game, I don't know what they did, but it just worked for me. I was scared. I felt threatened and unsafe. I thought this was a demo from this year. Well, the developers of the game saw that I played it. They got in contact with me and they was like, hey, we really liked what you did. It came out last year. It was for last Halloween. Here's the full game. Go play it. Thank you very much, guys. We're definitely going to be returning to that game. But he did give me a backstory that they were pressured to release it on time for last Halloween. So the game they originally released wasn't the game that everybody wanted. And it initially got bad reviews, but they've since updated and patched the game a lot. So hopefully the game we're going to play is the version that they wanted. So we're going to be going in unbiased. If it's bad, I will say it's bad, but I don't see how it can be bad. So anyway, after that, moving on. Welcome to Handwell demo. So yeah, while the month started off quite happy. We are very clearly descending into horror. We've been doing a lot of darker games, and Welcome to Handwell was pretty dark. We're in a prison. I haven't really played a horror game where you're in a prison before. This was good. It was very simple for the demo. You get let out your prison cell, you gotta go open up the locked doors, and then you got to escape. But lo and behold, there's a monster in the prison, and there's some serious shit going down. That's the whole game. I'm looking forward to the full release. I don't know when it's coming out, but we're definitely going to check it out. It is very, very promising. Moving on! So by this point, I'm very aware that we're focusing maybe a bit too much on horror games. I wanted to throw up some diversity. I don't think it's a good thing to focus too long on a specific genre. So I tried to back it out of horror, and we went into space. We did Buzz Aldrin's Cycling Pathways to Mars, and it was so cool. I mean, it was an experience, not a game, and it was just outlining how humans will not only go to Mars, but colonize it. It made the whole process seem very, very normal. Like, I don't see why this wouldn't be a thing. Moving on! Continuing a space theme and falling behind on Sherlock, which is still running at this point, we jump into Passengers VR. It's based off of that movie with Chris Pratt and that chick from The Hunger Games. I didn't get to see it, I really wanted to, but from what I'm told in the comments by Game Gabe, this game just mirrors the film. It condenses the film into a 15-minute gap. So it's not free to play, which I felt it should have been. It was like £5-6, but it was still on some level enjoyable. At least I got to know the basis of the film. I think just what let it down was that I wanted to kind of maybe explore more of the ship. Maybe it was just too linear. But anyway, that's okay. It's not a problem. We're going to move on. Coming up next. So this takes us to the final episode of Sherlock. It was a bittersweet moment. I was really happy to see that it finished because it is just such a chore to produce. But that's not to say I didn't enjoy producing it. I really did. I love that game. I love that you guys love it. It feels like something of a token landmark type thing of our channel. Like, our channel is best known for Titanic, and then secondarily, perhaps Sherlock Holmes. Not too many channels do these types of games, and I feel proud that we have the flexibility to go from Titanic to Sherlock to horror games to random ass happy games. You know, we truly don't have boundaries. We can go where we please, and I think that's a really good thing. I think that just shows we're open-minded people. And there's nothing better than an open-minded person. Anyway, moving on. Oh god. So speaking of open-minded people, Pink Motel. There's a game, or rather a porn sandbox. I wanted to be risky for a bit of a change. You're driving, it's late at night, you're sleepy, you need to pull over to get some sleep, and you come into this pink motel, and it's a brothel, and every room you go into just has filth and pornification all over it. You don't really know where to look, be it at the bed with the lovely lady that's naked saying, "Hey, how's it going, buddy?" to the TV, there's an arcade machine in one of them with, I don't even want to say it. I enjoyed that video because I got to get creative with it. I'm glad we did it. I don't have any regrets. So, after that, Off-Road Paradise VR. So again, we're back in the virtual reality. I wanted to try some new experiences out. So this really piqued my interest. It's like a puzzle type game. You're in a car, you have to navigate a terrain to get to the finish line. And while it sounds simple, it was super fun. And while it was simple in the beginning, towards the end of our gameplay, it was starting to get a bit more tricky. There was quite a lot of moments that I had to cut out just to keep the pacing up that you guys didn't see. But it was super, super good fun. So we're charging towards the end of the month here. Up next is Simple Planes. So I kind of wanted to riff off the idea of doing some random games. As I'm playing it, I don't know how it's going to be edited. I don't know how it's going to come out. So I just have fun with it, play it in a very natural way. After I was done recording it, I wasn't really sure if it would make it as a video. I didn't know if it would be good enough, if it would meet the standards of the channel. But going into the edit, I saw how it was going to come out after editing. It was super high energy, high cut. I didn't want to let a scene kind of go too long. And the result was, it's just this ball of energy. And it made me smile. I hope you guys like it. Moving on, Hindenburg VR. So at the time of recording the first video, the disaster section of the game wasn't developed yet and it was not available, but now it was. So I wanted to go back into it and finish off the job, as it were, and check out the disaster sequence. Now, the sequence itself wasn't very long at all. I don't want to pass up on this because I think it's still worth knowing. So we watch the sequence, me being me. We do the sequence a second time, but this time I bring in some like Pathé newsreels just so we can see like some context of this is reality, this is the CGI. CGI, the computer game. Jeez, man. I hope the edit comes out great. I hope you guys enjoy it and don't think I'm a dickhead. Right, that kind of brings us to the end of the month. Hi! So, I hope you've enjoyed this different type of video with the different background of the fireplace going, with the swords, Love the swords. I'll tell you more about those another time. It's been a difficult month because it seems like whenever something really good happens, there's always something really bad happening at the same time. So like there was a period this month where we were just getting subscribers so fast. We was getting hundreds like every other day. And I don't know why. But at the same time as this, like there's loads of good happening, but the behind the scenes of it is getting more stressful. And that's simply because like I lost track of how I do this. I guess I kind of overloaded my plate trying to juggle too many things at the same time, and it finally came to a head. Like I literally ground to a halt this month. That Homer Simpson moment being a perfect kind of, that must have been like the moment I realised things must change. So I got the day job, I'm still employed for now. I'm going to be losing my job, well, May the 12th is when the office is going to be closing up for good. I've got a holiday in April, because I have to take my holiday as part of the redundancy. I'll be back for a couple of weeks, and then we'll be closing on May the 12th. But they may close us sooner than that. As soon as they are done moving our stuff to the new office, they could just go away, we don't want you anymore, piss off. So that's still happening. So that's my 9 to 5, and then I spend around 12 hours a day doing YouTube. I've been staying up later and later. I started a thing called the 5 a.m. club on Instagram because I was up to 5 a.m. most of the time. I was only getting like 2 to 3 hours sleep. Let's just say my energy couldn't have been any lower, and it was starting to show in the videos. I fell asleep in Sherlock Holmes, and that was, while it was funny, because it happened just that one time in that one video, but it does highlight there's a problem. And if that was to continue happening, no, we can't be doing that. I used to run with a week's buffer. This allows time for sickness, for mistakes to happen, for things to go wrong, for things to break. Without a buffer, you're having that kind of eagle of death hovering over you going, upload, you bastard! You've got like 4 hours to get the next video online, and it's a really toxic environment to be in because it throttles creativity. This last week, I've been away from the world, just trying to get this buffer back, and that's why I'm filming ahead of schedule a little bit. Touch wood, I think I've made about 5 days buffer, and I will push to make it a bit bigger, but that's good. I'm going to have to settle for that. So with that, I'm now going to bring people back into my life, and we're going to go ahead as a happy, productive family with everything working as intended. This video is going on way too long. We're going to speed this up, get on with this. So coming up next month, Outlast 2 is coming out, and you'd bet your ass we're playing that. We've got Titanic Week coming out. Some secrety stuff just here. Oh. Can you see that? Oh, that's all you're getting. That's all you're getting. Got some cool stuff happening. What else are we doing? I know we've just gone through a period of like saying it's bad to do the same genre for too much, and we did a lot of horror this month, but there's some good horror games coming out. There's another one called Narcosis coming out, like literally tomorrow or the day after at the time of recording this, so I want to play that. It looks awesome. Now, what else are we going to be doing? I don't want to say, because I don't want to commit too much. I don't want to give the whole game plan away, but you can probably expect to see maybe back into PolyGrich, maybe back into Reigns, maybe more simple planes. I don't know. I like the big series, but you can't neglect those short mini videos of just random games because they're great. Sometimes a bite size is better than a full plate. Speaking of full plates, weight loss. So you may have picked up that I've kind of dropped out the weight loss bit from these, and that was like not what's supposed to happen. I was supposed to be keeping you guys updated to keep myself in check, to stop me falling off the wagon. Well, I did fall off the wagon and I apologise. Since Christmas, I've had a real hard time getting into the flow. It was freezing cold outside, so I wasn't exercising, wasn't going up for my daily walks. I've been picking, like, over Christmas, there was the Christmas foods, and then they kind of lingered around till, like, the end of January, and then I just have, at all levels, failed to get back on the bike, to get back on the horse, to get back on it. So that ends now. So we're drawing a line. We have still done wonders. I started off at 28 stone and 8 pounds last March. I think it's a bit misleading to continue working with that number because it's a permanent state of you doing good. So I've drawn a line under that. We've banked that, like good. That was great for 2016. 2017, we're starting from now. So this is the new weight. I am currently 23 stone and 8 pounds. So it's disappointing because I'd got down to 21 stone and 2 pounds at my best. So I've put on a couple of stone, but that's fine. We're going to get back on this and we're going to make it good. So make a note of that, everybody. 23 stone and 8 pounds. So the goal, as ever, is to get to 19 stone anything, and we will reassess the situation from there going forwards. I am disappointed in myself and I'm sorry I've let you down. You've probably noticed it in the VR videos because I've got a bit of a double chin coming, but... Anyway, we're going to fix this. There's nothing in this world that can't be fixed. All you got to do is begin. like I do every video, let's begin. Camera stopped recording as I said, let's begin. All you got to do is let's begin. Doesn't matter how shit anything in your life gets. No matter how dark or deep down the rabbit hole you go. All you got to do is put your mind to it and say, that happened yesterday. Going forwards, I'm going over there. We're going to be fine. We're going to be good. The channel's growing. Everybody's happy. We're having a good time. I hope you're having a good time. Leave me a comment down below with your thoughts and opinions. And I'm going to leave it there. Live streams didn't happen this month, I apologise. Live streams will return in April. And on that bombshell, thank you for watching. Rate, comment and subscribe. The fireplace stopped. Fuck it. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody. Ah!